Alrighty YouTube, how you guys doing? In this video I'll be giving you some tips as to how you can get the most out of your Mac. Every Mac that I've stolen in the past, I've either made a profit on it or I've, just broke even, which needless to say is pretty damn awesome, and I'd like to share those with you. Had a few people commenting on it and I thought, hey, why not just make a video and make it a bit simple. Some of the tips you might be aware of. If I'm missing something and you can feel something can add value, do leave it in the comments, or a video response would be great. Now the first things that you want to do is you want to gather all the boxes, all the manuals, all the cables. This is why I like keeping all the boxes, keep it in your loft, keep it in your cupboard, whatever, and it's great for when you sell your Mac because it adds value. So gather all them. The next thing I cannot emphasize enough, clean, and more clean. The better it is, the better the images will come out, the better the buyer is going to be impressed. If you've got scratches, if you've got some sort of parts loose, the likelihood is it's not going to sell or gather much interest, so make sure it's all clean. And the next thing is to take images, and again, more images, take videos of it, put it on YouTube. All this integration is going to be fantastic. If you list it on a venue which has a lot of buyers, if you've got more images, that's going to kind of put more trust in the buyer. So, you've got a camera, everyone's got a camera, it's on the iPhone 4, it's on the iPhone 3GS, you've got the camera, they're so cheap. Take images, take loads of them. Now the second thing is, where are you going to sell it? You've got, three options I always put into the back of my mind. Gumtree, eBay, and the local papers. Now Gumtree, I use it for big things, not for electronic items. If I've got something like a bunk bed or a bed or a cupboard, I'll put it on Gumtree because it's easy and it's less of a hassle, and it's free as well. The local papers can be good. Some papers are free, some aren't. But the thing I don't like about the papers is you're not going to get much exposure at them. eBay is probably the best place to sell your Mac, no doubt. You've got a worldwide audience. The dumbest of dumbest person knows what eBay is and what it stands for. A lot of buyers, it's safe. The PayPal integration, I can't say much. So in this video, I'm just going to concentrate on eBay and give you some tips on that. There's various applications out there, or you can use the eBay free website. But I'd recommend using an application called Garage Sale. You do have to pay for it, but it does come in a lot of bundles, bundled up with other applications, and it's called Garage Sale. Very, very good, very professional. It's very easy, simple to use. The templates on it are fantastic. It gives you that presentation that you need, up to the scratches. The next thing, when you're making an eBay listing, you want to have a very accurate and precise title. And the reason why I say is, if you mess the title up and the buyer searches for it, the chances are your title or your item isn't going to appear. So you need to make sure you kind of mess around with the settings and see, okay, from a buyer's point of view, if you were looking for a Mac, what are you going to put in the item title? So make sure your title is bang on correct, and because eBay limit the amount you can put in a title, it has to be bang on correct. Description is, again, equally very important. You have to have in-depth information. If you've got scratches on your Mac, mention that in the listing. The last thing you want to do is send this off and the buyer being disappointed and he wants to return the item, and that's going to cost you money because of the courier charges, and it's just going to be a hassle. Mention everything, be straightforward, be accurate, and then that will put trust into the buyer. The next thing we want to do is, if you've got cables, if you've got documents, you've got accessories you're going to be including with the Mac, mention that. If you're going to include free stuff like cases or the spec hard shell case or free memory cards, whatever, put that in the listing. And again, images, and more images. You can use websites like TwitPic, PhotoBucket, and what these allow you to do is insert free images to the listing. So, on eBay, when you sell your Mac, the chances are there's about another 1,500 people selling a Mac as well. And how you can stand out by is taking loads and loads of images and showing the buyer that, you are really interested in selling this, and putting more trust, again, coming back to the first point I made earlier on, putting more trust into the buyer. The more images you have, the more videos you have, the more confidence, the buyer's going to have when he purchases the item. Also, with Garage Sale, you can have a YouTube integration, which is pretty cool. So if you take a video, that is kind of a bonus. And not many people use YouTube on eBay, which is kind of strange, and you can enhance the value of your listing. The next thing I want to talk about is insurance and postage and packaging cost. I would recommend that you have this kind of inside the price of the item. So don't have your Mac for, let's say, £700 or $700 US, and in addition, when the buyer comes to the checkout, another $50 or £50 for postage and packaging. include that amount within the price of that 700. So up the price, put it up to £750 and have free postage and packaging. It's kind of a marketing tactic and it works very, very well. And a lot of people do it. So instead of having two separate prices, put the one price up. The next one is shipping, and I can't emphasise how important it is. Guys, use a reliable courier. There's various ones in the UK and worldwide. The two UK ones I would recommend is, number one, Royal Mail Special Delivery. No matter how much I bash Royal Mail in general, their special delivery side is pretty spot on. It's bang on with tracking, insurance is included, and the general service is quite reliable. Number two, it's our most recent startup. It's called parcelmonkey.co.uk, and they use CityLink and DHL. So if you go into that website, you can book it through there and you can add insurance, and it can you get a nice wee package through that website. Those are the two I recommend. If you have any more, put them down below. Last but not least, guys, communication. Have good comms with your buyer. Let them know what's happening with his item. Let them know what's going on. Has it been shipped? What's the tracking number? Let him, once it's arrived, ask him, how is it? How are you finding it? If he needs any help and so on. And that puts more trust in you, get good feedback and so on. But, this is all the stuff that I thought was going to be important when you sell your Mac. If you have anything I missed it, please leave it down below. As always, guys, if you have any questions, post it down below in the comments. Or you can join me on iGlassRegion.com, twitter.com/i6glassregion. Also got a Facebook fan page, facebook.com/iGlassRegion. And guys, I'll see you in another life. Cheers.